We are now less than 2 days away from the Mansion DLC, which is very exciting. And in this final video, I wanted to do a final breakdown of the Mansion DLC, going over quite literally everything you need to know before going into this update. Now, in the last video, we did an in-depth breakdown of the 2 new Newswire posts and the trailer. So if you want a further deep dive into that, I suggest you go ahead and check out that video. But this video is just quickly going over everything you need to know going into this update, rather than breaking it all down, because we did that in the last video. But quickly, before we get into the video, just a quick 2 things. Number 1, if you're not already, please subscribe, as we're trying to hit 20k subs by the time GTA 6 comes out. And number 2, as we enter this DLC, I just want to thank everyone who's joined us on this ride. We made our first Mansion video as a random video going over how Rockstar could potentially do a Mansion DLC should they decide to do it. And then literally 10 days after that, we found out we are actually getting a Mansion DLC. Like, the timing was perfect. And since then, we have made loads of videos on this update. I think we've made about 12. And part of that is because obviously I'm very excited for this update. It's been a very requested DLC, even more so now with Michael coming back. But the other part is because you guys constantly show up and support them videos. They've been some of the most successful videos we've done on the channel. And because of that, and since the start of all these Mansion videos, we've nearly doubled the amount of subscribers we have. And none of that would be possible without you guys showing up and supporting the content. So genuinely, thank you all so much. And of course, we're still going to make videos on this DLC when it actually comes out, don't worry. But this is the last one before it releases. And I am streaming it on the day of the DLC, 1:30 p.m. UK time. We will be going live here on YouTube, so if you don't already, make sure to have notifications on. But yeah, the Mansion DLC, here is everything you need to know. So first of all, it's coming out on Wednesday the 10th of December. And this was pushed back from the 9th, but now it's releasing on Wednesday the 10th. And the release time for this update will be 10 a.m. if you're here in the UK. So just translate that to wherever you are in the world. 10 a.m. GMT to wherever you are. And this update is releasing on every platform, so PC, old gen and new gen, Xbox old gen and new gen, and then PS4 and PS5. Although it's very likely there's going to be some features that are locked behind the next gen, but I imagine this will be limited just towards like HSW and maybe a couple of vehicles. We're going to get back to vehicles in a little bit, but let's start with the main focus point, which is of course the mansions. We are getting 3 mansions. 2 of them are brand new. One of them's underneath the Vinewood sign, the other's next to Minnie Majazo's house, and the 3rd one is the Devon Weston mansion. There's currently 2 construction sites for the new one, and we know the Devon Weston one is going to be able to be purchased because there's screenshots of it. These are the only 3 mansions we're getting, and they all do look like Devon Westons. There is a slight chance though we might be able to have some sort of exterior customization due to the fact it looks like we can just walk straight into this mansion. Speaking of which, yeah, we can just walk into the mansion, no cutscenes it looks like, which is crazy, and we still don't have any idea how Rockstar are going to make this work. Obviously it poses a lot of questions, because what if someone owns the same mansion as you? How can you just walk into it? All of this will be revealed on the day, but if we can walk into the mansion and have the interior customized, there's nothing to say that we can't customize the outside. However, Rockstar haven't said anything yet, so we'll have to wait and see. As for the price of these mansions, it looks like a fully upgraded mansion will be in the range of 20 million. This is because Rockstar Games are giving away 20 million to certain creators so they can buy their first mansion and then obviously show it off on their socials. And I doubt 20 million is the base price. It's likely they want the creators to be able to buy everything. So I wouldn't be surprised with all the optional extras if it does end up being 20 million. Also, the fact they describe it as your first luxury property makes it sound like that maybe we can buy multiple mansions, but that's just a theory. As well as this, if you completed the 3 new listings missions, you're going to get 2 million off the mansions, as well as a bonus 1 million. So 2 million off would be 10% of that 20 million. But I wouldn't be surprised if the starting range for the mansions would be around 10 million, if not a little bit less. And then with all the optional extras and stuff, it bumps it up to 20 million. As for them 3 new listing missions, they are now out of the game, so if you didn't complete them by now, I'm very sorry. But if you did complete them, you're going to be able to save 2 million on the mansion and then get a bonus million, so basically 3 million. But as for the mansions, what are the optional upgrades that we can get for it? Well, Rockstar Games have confirmed 4 optional extras you can pay for, with the first one being a podium where you can show off one of your personal vehicles in your trophy room, an armory which is going to act similar to the agency, an arcade, pretty self-explanatory, and a vehicle workshop. These are the 4 that we know are optional upgrades, but it's likely some of the ones we've already seen might not come with the mansion. I doubt it's just them 4 that's going to be the optional upgrades. I think maybe the master control terminal or something to do with the AI is going to cost you a lot of money as well. But assuming they are the only upgrades, or there's other upgrades we don't yet know about, it means everything you see on your screen here will come standard with the mansion. And then same again here with everything you can see, but this is more of the interior stuff. Again, I think it's very likely it's more than just these 4 rooms that are extra, because if they are going to be as much as 20 million and these are the only 4, that would mean the standard price would probably be around, you know, 13, 14 million, which I don't think it is. I think it's going to be less than that, and I think there's going to be more upgrades that we don't yet know about. As well as that, it's heavily rumored that we're going to be able to customize the interior of this mansion like the casino penthouses. So if you have props and stuff like plants and stuff you can put on shelves, it looks like we're going to be able to customize that. That is according to leaks. We haven't yet seen anything, but looking around the interior of the mansion, you can see set pieces and artworks that you're probably going to be able to change. But we also know of 3 interior styles for the mansion, which is the San Andreas Coastal, the Los Santos Loft, and finally the Vinewood Regency. Again, very similar to the casino penthouse here, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's more customization for individual rooms. For example, the garage, you know, there's probably a good chance you can customize the colors and the decals of that. And we know some of the features of the mansions. We know you're going to be able to host mansion parties. We know there's a security team with it. There's an AI concierge called Haviland, which is going to be able to help you with your business matters. We don't yet know the full extent of this, but it sounds like they're going to be able to assign staff to do stuff faster, but you know, we'll have to wait and see for that. They describe this AI as personal assistance and business service technology, so again, we'll have to wait and see. But there is also a master control terminal within your mansion. But that is pretty much all for the mansion. But apart from that, we are getting new missions, and of course, Michael DeSanta is coming back. Rather interestingly, Rockstar say a Safe House on the Hills will also introduce new missions with no luxury property purchase required. Now, this is interesting because we obviously assumed Michael is part of these missions because we see him in the trailer and he looks like he's doing mission stuff. You know, he comes to our mansion, he's giving us champagne and talking to us about stuff. However, it doesn't seem like we need to own a mansion to do these new missions. So is Michael going to be as involved with the missions as what we think, or is Michael going to be involved with a different part of the update? But what it sounds like is you're going to be able to do these new missions completely for free with no mansion required. And these missions center around stopping a mass surveillance network, which looks very interesting. Of course, we have Michael DeSanta, we have Avi Schwartzman coming back. It looks like the FIB are going to be heavily involved. I'm curious to see if there's 2 parts to this update, these 3 missions that maybe don't have anything to do with Michael, and then if you own in a mansion, somehow Michael's going to connect you through that. I'm not sure. I just don't understand why he'd be coming to the mansion for the missions if you don't need to own a mansion for the missions. Again, we'll have to wait and see. Rockstar Games are also adding a mission creator on the topic of missions, which is very exciting. A lot of people have been looking forward to this. I think this has been leaked all the way back of last year, and it seems to be exactly what it says it is. You're going to be able to make your own creations, and this is very good. This is another step forward in terms of Rockstar and community created content, something we're going to see a lot of in GTA 6. Now, finally, the vehicles of this update. So Rockstar, as with every update these days, are adding lock-on jammers to more vehicles, to be expected, but they've also confirmed they're adding the lock-on jammer to several non-weaponized aircraft. That's going to be very helpful, very interesting to see. And we also know in this update, even though we don't see it in the trailer, we're getting new law enforcement vehicles and drift variants. And they're not really vehicle related, but we're getting free mode events and several experience upgrades, to be expected, really. Of course, with this update and any update, we are getting new cars, and we are confirmed to be getting some HAL Special Works vehicles, which is very exciting. So the only car so far we know the name of is the FMJ Mark V, which you can see on your screen here. We're also getting a brand new Fister car, which looks to be based mainly off the Porsche Mission X, which means it is going to be an electric vehicle. We're also getting another Fister car as seen here on the podium, and I've been told this is mainly based off the Porsche 928. We're also getting a new classic Ferrari. You car guys are going to know a lot more about the cars than I do, but I've been told this is based off an old Ferrari. We're also getting a new Uber-marked vehicle, which looks to be based off the E39 BMW M5. Also in the trailer, I'm pretty sure this is a new car back here, but I could be wrong. Any guesses what it could be based on? Do comment down below. We're also getting a self-driving car, which is very interesting to see, and these are called No Ways. And with that, that is everything you need to know going into this update. If you want my advice on how much you should have saved, just save as much as you can. I'm going in with 40 million, which is going to be more than enough to get the mansion and a couple of cars. I think the least amount you want to have for this update is probably around 15 million just to get the mansion. But if you can push it to 20, definitely do so. And it's likely a lot of these drip feed cars are going to be pretty expensive, especially the enforcement vehicles, because they always are. Now, we don't yet know the drip feed vehicles, and they could be hiding a lot more, but of course, when we find out, I'll make a video on it. But it's not till the update comes out that people will data mine it. Personally, I'm hoping we get some new aircraft. That'd be very nice. But yeah, that is literally everything we know about what's coming on Wednesday. Like I said, if you want a full in-depth analysis of literally everything, the trailer, the newswire, the Pricks Luxury website, go check out last video. This is just catching you up to speed so you're aware of everything going on Wednesday. And once again, reminded that I am going live at 1:30 p.m. UK time on that Wednesday, buying everything. So maybe if you're unsure whether you should invest into the mansion or not, not hold off, watch my stream, and then decide. And then I'll be making a video anyway, going over what I recommend buying from the DLC. Very exciting times. I can't wait. Maybe Rockstar are releasing something tomorrow as well, which is why they pushed the DLC back. But I think that's the hopium copium talking, I must admit. But yeah, very, very excited, and I hope to see you guys on that stream on Wednesday. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.